Yesterday started like a simple trip to Germany. But even before we managed to get going, I realized I was missing something that is one of the few things I have left from my mother. Good morning, you! So, yesterday my husband and I had planned a little trip to Germany, to the border, to do some cheap grocery shopping, try to find some gluten-free things, maybe alcohol-free beers or things like that. It was supposed to be like a little cozy trip to just, like hang out and then also make some bargains. I was getting ready. I was maybe thinking about making like a little get ready with me video. I, for some reason, didn't have like the energy to talk through it, but then I thought I can record it and then I can decide if I want to do something about it. When I was done getting ready, I was going to put on my bracelet. I have a bracelet I got from my mom. It's one of the few things I have left from her, and so I cherish it a lot. It's not because it is a golden bracelet. It's not like it's super expensive, not that I think of at least, but I think it's nice for me to think that she wore it, and I want to think that maybe there might be a little bit of her DNA somewhere inside the bracelet. Anyway, I'm looking for the bracelet and looking and looking. I could not find it anywhere. And my husband is ready. He's waiting for me because we're going to Germany. Everything's packed. And I say to him, I cannot find my mom's bracelet. Maybe we should just leave now. And then when we come back, I can look for it properly. So we pack the car, we get in the car, and I start thinking, but I checked everywhere. Where could I possibly have left it? I've checked every little corner I thought I could possibly put it on. So it dawns on me, I must have lost it. And I started to think, when was the last time I was out? And it was the time where I went to the submarine museum. And that this place is massive. It's like, I don't know how big it took us. It's 2 kilometers just in width. Massive place, and then there's woods and there's the submarine. Like, if I lost it there, for me, I thought it's gone, it's really gone. And I started bawling. Like, I could hear myself almost, it was like a surreal experience. I could hear myself bawling, like almost like a wounded animal. And I could feel my husband desperately trying to pat my back, trying to call me. And he was like, oh, should we go back and get it? Or do you want to cancel the trip? I could not answer. I was just like, it was just this realization that something irreplaceable is gone. And he said, I think we should just go back and maybe at least check for a few minutes. So I couldn't say anything. I kind of dry myself a little bit, and I kind of nodded and I said, okay. So we went back into the house, and he started to look in places that, start to look ridiculous places, like the fridge and anywhere where you could possibly have put it. But I knew deep down, I had looked properly. I knew all the places where it could be, it was not there. So then I thought, I made a little quiet prayer to myself. I didn't even tell my husband I did. And I thought, I'll try to give it a last shot. I'm going to call the submarine museum just in case. But I was not expecting, like, it's a gold bracelet. You could take it to a pawn shop if you wanted, and people could get money from it or something. So, and I call the place and I say, hello, I'm calling here as this last shot. I lost my bracelet, and we were there a week ago. And he said, a bracelet, let me try to check our lost and found. And he went, and I could hear her like moving. And then he says, and I said, yes, it's a bracelet. I was going to describe it. And he says, is it one that kind of divides in two? And I was like, and he says, it's golden, isn't it? And he starts describing the bracelet, and I realized it could be my bracelet. And I say, yes. And he said, oh, well, and I said, and my husband says to me, we can be there in an hour. And I was like, said the guy that I asked him, can we come today? Yes, we're open until, I don't remember what even he said. And I said, it might take us a bit over an hour to get there. And he's like, yeah, we'll be here, or someone will be here. So we rushed there. Like, this is like an hour and 20 minutes drive or so, or I don't know, maybe even longer. but it's like super long, and then you have like this expectation: is it true? Could it be it? What if it's a mistake? What if it's another bracelet? All this, you know. So, and we got there. I could barely get out of the car fast enough, and we get there, and then this. When I look at the person at the desk, it's not. I mean, based on the voice, I thought that's not the person I spoke with. So I was like, oh no, would this person know about it? It's a young man, and a very, very young man. And the person I spoke with, I think, sounded like more mature, like a mature person. So I said, I'm the one who called about the bracelet. Oh yeah, well, I don't know about much about it, but someone left it here for you. And he takes it out, and it's my mom's bracelet. And I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And this guy, he's like a generation set, you know, a Gen Zer. He was like, oh, you're welcome. And he continued. And then my husband said, it's because it's something that she inherited from her mom. Oh yeah, that's what I guessed. I don't know if they had like their own conversation about what it was and why we're calling, I don't know. And then he continued happily typing in the computer, and I had my bracelet. And I could have hugged him, maybe even kissed him. But he was so excited. He didn't see it as a massive thing, but for me, it meant so much. And I don't know if you can relate to that feeling. Have you ever lost or thought you had lost something related to someone you knew? If you lost that thing, that was irreplaceable. Yeah, so I was so happy, and I was so relieved. But at this point, I don't know, it's like I had released so much energy. I felt kind of tired. But in a way, I also wanted to continue with the trip to Germany. We had been looking forward to it. And if you remember from a video a while ago, we had already canceled it one time. So I didn't want to cancel again. So we embarked in a 1 hour and 20 minutes back, and plus the 2 hour plus trip to drive to the border to Germany. So by the time we get to the border, we were both hungry. I was a little bit like mentally a little bit drained actually. And actually my husband said, and you are not allowed to wear that bracelet today. You put it on a safe place, and because if you're going to lose it, I can make sure to lose it within our town. So I put it in a safe place. I kept holding my wrist. I was so happy to think that it was back. I normally always have it on with me, unless I'm doing something, I don't know, like going to the beach. I always have it on. So it was such a relief to have it back on. But anyway, we drove the 2 hours plus to the border. And that's actually the video I had originally planned for today. But somehow I was still a little bit in a toad. People in Danish would say toad, like almost like a fog. It was a little bit like surreal. It was a mixture of actually like what's the odds of finding someone actually found it, and the odds of this person deciding I'm going to return it, and that the employees of the place also decided to be honest about it and keep it, and that I actually thought of calling to see just in case if I had lost it there. Like, so all these thoughts were in my mind that day. I was also very grateful that my husband, he could have gotten angry, like, oh no, I have to drive 2 hours and 40 minutes. So the 4-hour drive we were supposed to take yesterday, 2 hours to go there and 2 hours to come back, turned into a 6 hours and 40-minute drive or something. Also, we had to stop and eat. Taking care of my clothes. And charge the car. We have an electric car, so the trip, he had already charged it for the trip we were taking, but since we were driving even longer, we had to stop and charge it. So yeah, he took it. Yeah, he was just like really laid back about it. So I was also very grateful about it. But anyway, if you want to see a little bit of what the video should have been, I can show that little piece now. It is very short though, because I think I didn't have the mind to concentrate into like filming and all that, so I was a little bit beside myself. But you can see the little bit I managed to actually record. And then maybe you can let me know if you like that kind of video. If next time we go to Germany, I don't know when it'll be, we have enough for months. But maybe next time, if you want to see like a more detailed thing, a video of what we bought, then yeah, just let me know if there's anything of that you would like to see. Anyway, I'm very thankful, and I'm going to show you that little piece of video that I actually managed to get from the border shopping. We are approaching the border between Denmark and Germany, and sometimes you have to show your passport. It doesn't seem so today, so we'll just pass. Officially in Germany after this little sign. And as you can see, so far very similar to Denmark. Oh yeah. We finally made it, and it took about 5-6 hours because of my detour. Then we stopped to eat, but we are finally here, and I'll show you as much as I can. I feel a little bit shy with people looking. And some hair products also. It's funny that there's so many vegetables that are in water, like in glass. That's new to me. Found some sugar-free candy. I don't know what it is, but it looks like some kind of berries. And oh, it is in English also, sugar-free. And I don't know this flavor, but I'll try them. We found their gluten-free section, and I found a few things that have no milk and no wheat. So yeah, I'm excited. It took a while because it's only in French, German, and Dutch, like from Holland. So it took me a while trying to decipher. Found quite a bit of alcohol-free wines. Has been so yeah, we have for a little bit, and some sugar-free candy also. Found a cake with apricot. That's interesting. It has sugar, gluten, and milk-free at least. They are nail gummies, but they are the same price as I would give in Denmark, so be a pass. So there was a few things that we're still missing, so we're going to take a third one, but it's the same chain as this one, just a bigger one. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed so far. And if you enjoy this kind of calm video, make sure to subscribe for more. YouTube is about to see a similar video to this. I hope you enjoy.